Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome and thank you for joining our webinar about general information of extrusion possibilities for lighting and technical applications. My name is Thorsten Werner and I'm Manager Sales of Alcamet Business Unit Extrusions for lighting and technical applications. Maybe you can give me a short hand signal now so that I know that everybody can hear me and everything is running well. Perfect. That works very good. Thank you. Today we have a special joint event together with our distribution partner PrimeLight from UK. My colleague Russell Parr, Director of Sales and Marketing from PrimeLight, will give you a brief overview of our long-term cooperation at the beginning of this webinar. We will then switch back from UK to Germany and continue with our product presentation and show you many options and possibilities to create unique products with Alcamet, and your own ideas. My colleague Josia Dillmann will lead you through this presentation, and at the same time I will be here to answer your questions via chat function. We will for sure send the slides after this event and will also answer questions or send more detailed information about our product possibilities if you have specific interest for them. Please let us know so that we can send you the right information and don't spam you with stuff you don't need. I'm happy about such a large crowd today and will now hand you over to Russell Parr.
Thanks, Thorsten. Really appreciate this opportunity to jointly host this webinar with you. And thank you to everybody for joining us as well. I appreciate you giving up your time for this broadcast today. So just wanted to give you a very quick overview of who PrimeLight is. And then my colleague, Andy Botsford, will also give you a little bit of background as to the relationship and partnership that we have with Alcamet. Thorsten, if you could go to the next slide and the next one, sorry. That's great, thank you. So a little bit of background about PrimeLight. PrimeLight is a component solutions provider to the lighting industry here in the UK. The business was established way back in 1992 and now has a market-leading position in the supply of high-quality components to the lighting industry. As a component solutions provider, PrimeLight has a vast product range covering everything needed to build a luminaire or a spotlight through to all of the elements needed for an integrated and efficient installation. This will include everything from gear trays to drivers, LED boards, wiring and connectors, through to lighting control, optics, lighting track, and latterly emergency solutions. PrimeLight has a number of exclusive distribution agreements with a number of global manufacturers, which gives us an unrivaled range of product, and all of that product is from trusted, audited and reliable sources. We have the benefit of UK warehousing, and at any one moment we're holding over 2 million stock items across the range. And the relationships we have with suppliers means that we're able to replenish that stock and also get hold of any other stock items very, very quickly. PrimeLight as a business also offers design and commissioning support to our customers, and we work very closely with our customers and our suppliers to support vendor consolidation and to help customers with creating efficiencies within their supply chain. And what that means is that PrimeLight is effectively positioned as a supply chain partner with lots of UK lighting manufacturers, contractors and wholesalers, as well as other industries including catering and facilities management. So I just want to give you a very brief overview about who we are. Clearly Alcamet and the range of extrusion products is very important within the range of products we offer to our customers. So just want to hand you over very quickly to Andy Botsford, who'll tell you a bit more about how we work with Alcamet.
Thank you, Russell. Yeah, thank you for the introduction. I'm very, very briefly just going to give you an explanation of how we work our partnership with Alcamet. As you can see, we've been partners in the UK for the last 20 years, and we are Elcomet's exclusive distributor in the UK. Our position really as a component solution provider for the lighting industry means that our sales force are in regular contact with the majority of the OEMs in the UK, offering a wide range of components, as Russell said. Our portfolio products are from the leading component manufacturers around the world. And for plastic extrusions, our partner of choice is obviously Elcomet. All the PrimeLight salespeople have good working knowledge of the Elcomet range, and we get involved at early stages with projects with our customers, and we can quickly establish whether it's going to be a custom or standard profile that is needed for a design. At this stage is really where Elcomet become involved with the technicalities and the design of the required profiles. And really, we've done our job, and we support it all the way along. To keep it simple, really, here in the UK, PrimeLight acts as an extension to the Elcomet sales force. So that's really how we work together. What I'll do is pass you back to Torsten now, who can present some of their products and innovations.
All right, there we are. Thank you, Andy. Thank you, Russell. I think there's one more page to show the contact persons of PrimeLight for our UK customers. For sure, this is not only a UK focused webinar, so it's a worldwide, but PrimeLight also helped us to, let's say, market this webinar and bring you guys to this webinar. And now I will hand over to Josia, who will go more into the details of our options and possibilities. And he will then show you our presentation. And as I said, at the same time, I'm going to answer your questions.
Yes, thanks to PrimeLight and thank you, Torsten. And hello, everybody from my side. I'm Josia Dillmann and I work in sales at Elcomet. To give you an overview, at our business unit, Extrusions for Lighting and Technical Applications, we do mainly lighting profiles, tubes, as well as technical profiles and trim cap profiles for illuminated letters. Our production technology is standard with mono, co, and pre-extrusion, and we do manufacturing as well as prototyping. The materials we used are also standard materials, well known for a long time in the market, like PMMA, PC, as well as our own developed products and materials, and also ABS, PP, or even CAB. Below, you see some of our customers, which you might know, like Signify, Regent, Zumtobel, Siemens, and of course, we would like to add you to this list if you're not already a customer. So I don't know how familiar you are with the extrusion process, so I want to give you a quick overview. With mono extrusion at the top, you have the extruder on the left side, which melts the plastic, and at the end brings it into the final form. The cooling unit is used to freeze the product and to cool it down, and then in the whole of the whole profile is pulled to an endless product. And with special functions, we can give you great flexibility, give you, for example, protection foils or mirror foils. We can print something on the product, for example, your production batch or date of production. And at the end, with the separator, we cut the profiles into individual lengths for you, which can go up to 6 meters even. With co-extrusion below, it's mainly the same, only it's a second extruder with the second material. So both materials are combined in the tool. I think it's good to know that we don't glue the two materials together, but they are really combined at the melted status. So it's just one profile. There's no glue or any other way of combining the two materials. So normally I would like to show you real products, but I think if you're interested in that, we will send you, of course, some samples. For now, I will stick to the photos I have for you. Here we see a great representation of what we do with our profiles. At the left, for our customer Regent, who uses them for office applications, and on the right side you see different colored profiles with prismatics, round and sharp edges. Then we have some samples for you with co and pre-extrusion. On the very right side, you see a co-extruded profile. It's a white material and our own developed alkalet material, which is great. And you see the holes which we drilled in it with our manufacturing facility. And on the end, we have end caps that are glued to the profile. And with our machinery, we machined it down to fit the end cap to the profile cross section. And in the middle, you also see a nice product. It's done with co-extrusion. There are 2 or 3 materials, so it's clear material, our diffusive material, alkalet, and also the soft material, TPE, which can help you to achieve great IP ratings, but more to that later. We also do tubes, from standard tubes, so normal round tubes, over prismatic tubes, and even with more oval shapes, as you can see in this picture. And we also invested in a special extruder for our lens production, so we can give you a lot of design freedom with the cross section. As you see, we are capable of realizing lenses with different wall thicknesses within the cross section, which is great if you have some special demands for your light distribution. And last but not least, the technical profiles. You see here, we take profiles and can combine them with copper. You may know this from the trunking systems. On the right side, you have an example with 2 copper lines, but we are currently developing a product with 4 copper lines. So the limit's not just 2. There you can, of course, add more copper if you like to and if you have the need to. Before I go on, I want to say that now I would like to present you some of our solutions we developed, and I would like to point out that they are not just for themselves. So you can combine them, for example. You will see later. So it's a great way to take the solutions and put them together and build your own individual profile out of it, to get the most performance out of your profile and your luminaire. So at the start, I would like to present you our alkalet. It's a special material to eliminate hotspots you may know from the LEDs. And it helps you to achieve great light distribution and transmission at once without the LED hotspots. And it's available for all standard materials. And we are also capable of adjusting the material exactly to your needs to give you great performance for the luminaire. Here we can see our specially developed microprismatic structure. It's called alkaleidoscope, and it gives you excellent glare suppression and helps to achieve UGR values below 90. And then it's a quite new one. I think we developed it last year and presented it at the London Lighting Fair. It's called Alka Black, and it's a translucent but black acrylic plastic. So it's more for design purposes, not for high performance luminaires, but it's great if I'm thinking about hotel lobbies or other venues where the design of the whole luminaire is very important. And for example, if you want to achieve a nice, elegant look with a luminaire that's completely dark, you should choose Alka Black. Then here we have a material which we developed with our former customer Aqua Signal, who's now called Glamox. And this is also great because you see here the luminaire, it's called TL60, and it has a very high IP rating, which is great for the customer. It gives him a great benefit because I think he achieves an IP rating of IP66 or 67. You can look it up. It's the Glamox TL60. And we combined our material alkalet to give him a great light distribution and no LED hotspots with the soft material, the TPE at the sides. And so there he has a great benefit from this solution because he has normally you can just achieve the IP values mainly with tubes and not with the profile. So that's a that's a nice solution there. I like it very much. And so then we come to our next material. It's called Flex Linear. It's acrylic based, so PMMA based material, but flexible. Here you have a lot of design freedom, or also because you can choose to say, okay, I roll up my profile, and so I can more than 6 meters of profile in one piece. So if you are thinking about assembling a luminaire across a hall or an entrance hall, it's a great way to avoid gaps in between the luminaire to give it a nice look, a nice even look. What we see here is our specially and exclusively developed thermally conductive material. It's called Elcatec HS, and HS is the short term for heat support. So as it says above, it's thermally conductive, and it helps to manage the heat inside the luminaire greatly, because the heat is better distributed out of the luminaire than with standard plastic materials. And so you can achieve better LED lifetime thanks to optimized heat management. And you also get more flexibility in design, and you can save additional components as well, maybe. And now we have the most important topic right now in plastic industries. I think it's very important. We came up with a new product line that's called Elka Circle, and there we combined all our sustainable materials, from recycled materials up to bio-based materials. We have an extra webinar on this topic. I think you should join and have a close look there. So we go on all our different materials there. It's a great way to lower your ecological footprint to build some sustainable products. So that were our material solutions, which, as I mentioned before, you can combine, of course. So you can, for example, use a sustainable material and turn it into Elcalet as well, to give you great light distribution and LED and no LED hotspots, or yeah, put on a microprismatic or whatever you would like to do to get a great luminaire with great performance. Now we see here is our own manufacturing site, so we can do milling, welding, cutting, gluing, and so on. And it gives you a lot of design freedom as well, and also you can save costs by letting us do some of the work steps instead of doing them yourself at your company, for example. And we also have our own tool shop for maximum flexibility, so to give you more design freedom. One of our machines there is, for example, an ultrasonic welding machine, which can do profiles with a length up to 4.5 meters, which is quite big. And we also can do welding angles up to 25 degrees with a rather huge cross section, as you can see, with 220 by 220 millimeters. And what's great there is we can put on the end caps very good with a low processing time, and it's much more reliable than gluing. And we can adapt this profile greatly because we have 3 printers in our house that can print us the tools and spare parts that we need to process your profile. As I mentioned before, right now the 3D printers, we have a great variety of 3D printers on stock at Elcamet, and we can support you there with prototyping. For example, if you're not quite sure how the cross-section of your profile should look like, and you would like to do some testings, for example, we can support you there, do some prototyping for you, and then at the end it will save you cost and time, because otherwise we would have to develop an extrusion tool and send you first parts for you to try. And if it's not right for you, so you have to change the tool and on and on and on. And with prototyping, it's just much easier. So, and now our presentation comes to an end. And I really hope that I could give you some nice and good information there. And if you decide to do a project with us, which I hope, we will support you, of course, with our development expertise, which we can rely on for now over 60 years. We have our in-house product development as well as our tooling design and our in-house tool shop. So we are very independent. There are no external suppliers that could limit us with the development process. We have an in-house material science specialist, which is great in supporting you with your material needs and questions. And also during the development process of your new profiles, we support you with our project supervision. And I highly recommend our design guide. I think in the future we will do also some webinars about this one. It's a lot more technical information in there to give you a base of knowledge for extrusion, so you can work out the profile cross-section in the best way to fit the extrusion process. And you can sign up on the Elcomet webpage. It's www.elcomet.com. And there you can find our design guide, or you wait for 2 or 3 weeks when we will start with the new webinars about the more technical side of extrusion and how to design your profiles. And so that's it from my side. Thank you very much for your attention. It was a pleasure. Thanks to PrimeLight again for supporting us here, for being a great partner in the UK. Thanks for Torsten for managing this webinar. And goodbye, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Josia. Very well done. I know everybody is a little bit nervous doing such a webinar, including myself. That's why I hit the short survey button very early in during the webinar, and then have to end it because you couldn't see Josia's screen. So next time I will be a little bit more relaxed and do it on a later stage. But yeah, I wanted to say thank you to everybody taking part during this webinar, helping organize it. And once again, I want to say that whenever you have additional questions, or as I said, if you need some special data sheets, deeper, more detailed information about certain options we just showed, because it was really a rough overview, then please come back to your contact persons with Elcomet, send us an email, or just give us a short question here over the chat function, and we will come back to you with all the detailed information. So again, thank you. Have a nice afternoon, and yeah, let's keep in touch.